We're kicking it old school today with Hamburger Helper Stroganoff. If you guys like this video, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like it. Let's get started. As you can see, I am eating a Hamburger Helper Stroganoff. I had a couple of choices for dinner tonight. It's been kind of a challenge to get my week going because Labor Day threw me off and I haven't really been cooking. So I thought, okay, today I would stay in. I skipped the gym, I skipped the HOA meeting, and decided to film instead just because I haven't done one in quite some time. So let's get started. I'll talk a little bit more about my history with the Stroganoff. So this is my dinner. It's focusing. So that's the beef stroganoff that I made, and I added mushrooms to it just to kind of make it a little bit more adult. A dollop of sour cream and parsley. I realized this plate is super green. I made a arugula salad with olive oil and balsamic and some Swiss cheese shredded on top. And then I had some asparagus left over from another meal last week. So this is a weeknight meal that I decided to throw together. I have my Tabasco just in case I need it. So let's get started. Yeah, it was super simple to make. I think it only took like 20 minutes, so I can see why maybe families might defer to this because it's just everything's in the box. You really only needed to buy the ground beef. I bought one of those pillow looking rolls of ground beef because those are a pound, and I think it says that you need a pound of lean ground beef. So growing up, my family didn't really eat this as much, so I remember there would be occasions where I would like hang out at like a friend's place, and that would be like their, typical dinner at their house, and I remember really enjoying it. Let's get into this arugula salad here. Didn't bring a knife, so let's see how I'm gonna eat this. Make it work. I actually don't know what makes stroganoff. If I had to guess. There's pasta in it for sure. And there's usually some kind of meat, and it's cream sauce. But as far as like specific ingredients, I don't really know. So the good thing about this is I will have lunch tomorrow. I actually prefer like the the thin asparagus. They're just a little bit easier to eat, in my opinion. So I hope you guys had a good Labor Day weekend. Um, One of the more interesting things that happened over the weekend was my friend owns like a restaurant who also does like catering, and at the last minute needed some extra servers for a wedding. I didn't have any plans, and believe it or not, I've always wanted to be a server of some sort, and it doesn't surprise me that I am doing something in my career that deals with people on a day-to-day basis, because I just love interacting with people. I love, even when it's challenging, that's kind of fun, even though I might stress out about it. So, I mean, that was part of the appeal that I thought about serving growing up. I used to work at a movie theater, and for whatever reason, I was always made an usher or the guy that like rips tickets for people to come into the theater. And I just felt like, well, yeah, I was pretty good at ripping people's tickets, because I would greet them and tell them enjoy your movie, or it's like this movie theater down this way. But I mean, I thought I had some untapped talent that could have been exploited behind the concession stand. So again, I think that might have just fueled my desire to always like want to do some kind of service-oriented job. So, of course, when my friend asked, I was like, sure, I'll do it. Like, that sounds like a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun. I got to see kind of the behind the scenes. A lot of the times, you're at the wedding and you don't really know what's going on in the kitchen, and people are just bringing out food, but there's like a whole another world out there in terms of like prepping the food, keeping it warm, making sure it looks a certain way. I really enjoyed that, seeing like all of that behind the scenes. So we served, let's see, what did we serve? There was an edamame hummus, which I think was quite popular. It was really easy to eat too. There was an Asian chicken salad. There was a honey walnut shrimp, and I'm missing one. Oh, like a pork dumpling wonton. I feel like there might have been one more, because there was 5 total. Either case, I think out of everything, the shrimp was the most popular. It was an Asian wedding, so I think the appetizers were more focused on like Asian food, because the sit-down dinner I think was more traditional American food. So I think that was kind of to allow for that balance. But I swear, every time I had the salad was good, but every time I had the salad, I felt like people were like avoiding eye contact, because they just had no interest in eating the salad as much as like the shrimp. Like, I feel like maybe people were at that point thinking, I'm gonna get my most bang for my buck at this wedding, I'm gonna eat all the shrimp. And so there was a point where I felt like people were strategically like standing right outside the door, knowing like, okay, he just went back there and he's gonna come back out with food. Let's hope that it's what we're wanting. And sure enough, like, I got bombarded, and I felt bad because I made eye contact with people like from across the venue, excited to see me, and I would slowly make my way there, and then just swarms of people would come in and swoop up all the food before I got a chance to get down there. So definitely an interesting experience, and I would definitely do it again. Someone said something rather interesting to me, because they asked me what my name was, And I told them, oh, it's James. And then the first thing they said was, oh, I have a dog named James. So I wasn't sure if that was like, I love my dog, but I wasn't sure if that was like a compliment or if that was some kind of dig at me. But when you're a server, I guess all you really have to fall back on is your smile. So let people say whatever they want to say, whether there was intention or not. I used to not like arugula. It was, it's one of those foods where when people say it's peppery, like, okay, I understand what you mean because this is definitely peppery. But now I quite enjoy it. I mean, something like this is probably better off making with your own ingredients. I guess this is super processed because, let's see, what's the hardest word on here? Silicon dioxide. That doesn't, parentheses, anti-caking agent. I mean, that doesn't really tell me much more. I never realized that the hamburger guy only has 4 fingers. That's very, The Simpsons like. I might have to, still feeling a little hungry. I may have to eat a little bit more off camera. And do you guys ever eat croutons like chips or crackers sometimes? I find myself doing that occasionally, especially when I'm making a salad. I mean, if anything, I probably have to thank croutons for getting me into salads to begin with, because growing up, I think it was Norm's, which is like a 24-hour like diner place that we have out here in California. I don't know if it's in any other states, but they would always have salads with their entrees, and if there were croutons on there, you better believe I would eat my whole salad. And I think that's, if I had to pinpoint exactly where I started liking salads, it was probably there. So the croutons were kind of like my gateway, I guess. It's funny because on the back of the box, it keeps, it mentions how to, they call it elevate the comfort. And so it mentions adding mushrooms, sour cream, and parsley. I had all of those things, so I felt like I was prepared for this meal. It was meant to be. I don't know if it's because of the way YouTube set up, but I feel like when I eat like fast foods and do mukbangs on those tend to be viewed more than when I home cook stuff. So You guys can let me know if you prefer one or the other. I'm almost at 80 subscribers, so I'm super excited about that. My first, I guess, milestone would be 100, and at that point, probably try to do something extra or out of the ordinary, or even just a Q&A. So keep telling your friends and family about it. I can't believe like how many people I've run into that show like other people these videos, and I'm flattered by that, and that's only going to help this channel grow. So if you guys know anyone that's into like watching other people eat, definitely link them to my channel. It's been great catching up with you guys. I will try my best to keep a more consistent schedule, but in the meantime, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe to this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hey guys, James Lee here with another mukbang. If you can't tell already, I will be having In-N-Out for dinner tonight. If you guys like this video, please make sure you subscribe and